Yeah.
And we've got your chat popped out in front of us as well.
Oh,
so we've got a good view on that.
That's great. Okay. Yeah, same thing here. Yeah, always good to. Yeah, I like to do that too whenever I'm on other folks' channels. Like I always get their chat in there just so we can keep a monitor on it. Yeah, and here we are, folks. Look at this. This is exciting. This is quite a moment. Yeah, but we're gonna keep talking while we wait for folks to join us.
I borked something.
Yeah.
What did you bork?
I'm also hearing.
Yeah, I'm hearing.
We've got output here somewhere.
Oh, the stream. The stream might need to be muted.
Yeah, we need to mute.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Probably, especially if it's coming in on a delay.
It's already.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Oh, it's because that computer wasn't muted.
Here.
Yeah.
Oh, you were hearing it from here.
Yeah.
And it was probably being picked up on the mics.
Yeah.
I accidentally set Thursday's event for today, and I was like, why is my Discord telling me I'm doing two things at once right now? And I'm not. I'm just doing one.
So are we audible on your stream right now?
We are. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, stream.
Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody in the chat. How you doing? You know, the one thing I gotta learn how to do better is like do events for Discord so they know that we're on. Let me see if I can do that quickly.
Yeah, I've just been playing with it and trying to learn how to do it recently because my Stream Team server, we use them to run like actual workshops. So because then they remind people when they click they're interested in it. It's like a good thing, but I forget, and I don't think a lot of people really even know that it's a feature.
I should throw an announcement in my Discord, I guess.
Oh, I should do that too.
To the host.
And I thank you very much for
I
that.
can do that too.
Do that too.
Let's go. Let's see. So 5 o'clock to out here. Yeah, that looks good. The start time must be in the future. Back to the future.
I see a Carrie in chat.
Wait, who's in chat? Oh, Half Pint's in chat. Hey, how's it going? Oh my goodness, that's great. Super duper. That's great. Boy, wasn't Half Pint wasn't that a fun spot, y'all, last week? They were fit. Half Pint, you were great. You and Chris were really fun. So thanks again for joining us last week.
It was super fun.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Let me see. Happy friggin' cold Tuesday. The Twister stories. That is one to remember.
Tweet it so I can just retweet.
It's so fun.
I'll do that after I do the Discord announcement.
Let me give you a shout out to Half Pint. Thanks for joining us tonight. Yeah. And our friends are spreading the word about our collab tonight. We love it. Hey, Cutie Pie, how's it going? Good evening to you, too. Our guests have assembled. We were really excited about this one. Yeah. Everything looking good and sounding good on our end, so we're really happy about that, too. Yeah. Abi who is now following. Hello. Nice to meet you.
Oh.
Thank you for joining us.
Hello.
That's so cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to do the tweet.
You do the tweet because I'm just having issues with everything. My phone is approximately like Stone Age. So
Seskimo's following. Hello, Seskimo. How's it going? I know that Mark and Seskimo collab frequently. Oh, those are always fun streams.
And Seskimo.
Seskimo. Thanks for joining us tonight. Hello, yeah. Hey, Special K's in the chat too. Hey, how's it going?
It's an actual Tetris wizard.
Oh, true story? That's right. I think I heard about that.
Tetris wizard.
I love this. Yeah. Yeah, and you know, I know the Brookstone Bards are having a lot of trouble with the internet these days, and I feel bad about that too. It's always a bummer, and a lot of it's out of your control. So hang in there, y'all. But yeah, come and hang with us for a little bit if you'd like. Oh, so excited! I love it too. Oh, it's gonna be fun. This is gonna be a fun one tonight. All right. Yeah. So how was your all's lunch? Did you all have a good lunch, or were you saving it for tonight?
We're saving it for tonight.
Oh no, I had a lunch meeting at Harborside. I had fish tacos.
You didn't have gator bites?
No, I didn't. Because then I can't finish my fish tacos if I eat gator bites.
This is true.
Right on.
Yeah.
Look who's in the chat right now. Dream on. Thank you so much. Goodness. Oh, look. Dream on. I've got something to mention with respect to your channel coming up in just a moment. But it's so good to see everybody in the chat. I think we're about ready to start. And then Elizabeth's in the chat too. Hello, so good to see you again too. I know you're in the same room with everybody else, right? So that's
No, she's stuck at the Little League game. I've got the other 2 kids in bed, and poor Elizabeth is stuck at the Little League game.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
We didn't have the Little League schedule when we scheduled this. Otherwise, we would have picked a different night. But it's
I
totally
gotcha. Gotcha.
Yes, tiny people out threatening to beat up alligators with little tiny baseball bats.
It's true. It's true.
It's so late. It must be so late for baseball for little kids, I guess. It's 8:00 Eastern time, but I dig the comment. Let's see.
Well, our kids are young and get up very early for school, so they're usually in bed by 8.
Oh yeah, good point.
Which is why the other 2 are in bed.
Yeah. Oh, thank you for the resub, Jason. Oh my goodness, we got a hype train. All right, it's time to start. It's time to start this whole thing. But let's start the whole thing. Let's do it, folks. Thank you very much for all your generosity to start.
I think I said that without any of the words. That's okay.
Yeah. So much hype.
I don't know how to social media.
There. Tweet has happened.
Thank you.
Tweets are happening.
All right. Hype.
Discord's happening. Hype train's happening. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, ding. Oh yeah, want to see that again? That's the hype train graphic.
Love it.
Yep, good times. Hi everybody, welcome again to another edition of the Sandwich Show, and we're so pleased to have some good friends with us tonight, and they're very talented music streamers, MarkedChords and AbiCeeMusic, and they're both joining us right here from the comfort of their home studio. My friends, how are you doing tonight?
Hi. Hello.
Hello, indeed. And folks, right as we start, it's time for Hype Train Trivia. So I'm going to give you guys a choice. What kind of trivia questions would you like to encumber as we do the trivia? We can have to do it right away, but we can do it later. But I'll give you some choices. You can do music, food, New York, potato, or chocolate.
I mean, I'm a New Yorker.
Potato sounds curious.
We could start with that. Look at all the people in the chat. Fred, thank you. Welcome in. Breddington, welcome in. Give a shout out to Breddington. Seskimo too. Seskimo is a frequent collaborator with our friend MarkedChords. But all right, we'll go ahead and start with that. Let's do that. So let me see if I got the. Do I have the graphic up? I might
have no
not.
idea what we're in for
I
here.
may have to like edit a few things here. Yeah, I kind of messed that up. So I completely forgot that part. That's your wife's name. But let's just take that out for the time being. That doesn't make a lot of sense. There you go. Okay, so let's answer some trivia questions really quick to start. But all right. So New York trivia. Let's do it. Let's see how well you all do. And Abby, you can join in on this as well. Let's see how well you do. We have 3 minutes and 25 seconds to do Hype Train trivia. After which Davey will punish himself with some beans depending on how many levels of this we get. So we'll see. We'll start with the first question. All right. What is the name of the famous statue in New York just off of Lower Manhattan? The famous statue.
I mean, you know this, right? It's the Statue of Liberty.
She's holding an ice cream?
Yeah, ice cream. Mm-hmm. Definitely ice cream.
Ice cream lady.
You got it. Statue of Liberty, that's it. So 1 point for Abi and MarkedChords. Wonderful. All right, next question. What are the 5 boroughs of New York City?
Oh, they're the Bronx, Queens, Staten Island, Manhattan, and Brooklyn.
You got it.
People will usually say Staten Island last. That's a forgotten borough, but I know it too well.
I thought it was a dumpster fire. So.
It's also that.
Excellent work. That's 2 points right off the bat. I love it. 2 minutes and a half to go. Okay, I bet you know this one. Which part of New York intersects 42nd Street, 47th Street, 7th Avenue, and a TGI Fridays?
That's Times Square.
It sure is. You got it. 3 points.
He says I know it. It's got to be about Broadway.
That's right. It's home. That's home. It's all good.
This is fantastic. I expected nothing less, though. So let's see. What are the 3 major airports nearest to Manhattan Island?
LaGuardia, Newark, and JFK.
You got it.
I've flown in and out of all 3 of them.
Oh wow, yeah, and
Easy category for me. I'm from there.
I love
He
it.
is getting progressively more Jersey as this goes.
Is the voice starting to come
Talking
out?
about my home.
I love it. Let's see. Oh, Mark will get this one, I think. In what year did the New York Yankees win their last championship?
Oh no.
Oh, no?
I stopped paying attention to baseball, so I actually don't know the answer to that one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's sad. I stopped paying attention to the sports in general. So.
Right on, no worries.
So we're gonna go with 2007.
It's very close, very close. 2009. 2009. Excellent choice.
See, I thought it was in the aughts somewhere there.
Yeah. No, you were right on with it. So let's see.
Now I'm never gonna forget that's the year Elizabeth and I were married.
Let me just.
Our marriage apparently ruined the Yankees being in the World Series.
Let's see if I can get. Okay, let's see what else we have. True or false? The 6 train runs along the west side of Manhattan.
That's false.
It is. You got it right. Runs along the east side.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's east. The 1, 2, 3, and 7 are on the west.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so question number 6. Oh no, it's question 7. Which famous radio station in New York has played hit music since 1983?
Since 1983?
Yeah.
Oh man.
And they still do today too, just for the record.
I'm gonna go out on a limb. I don't know what year the station was founded, but I'm gonna say Z100.
It
That's
is
the biggest pop station in New York.
Absolutely right.
There you go.
Nicely done.
Z100. It's all I listened to in high school.
It was a great jingle. Yeah. Z100 was a thing. All right, so let's see. We've got how much time do we have? 3, 2, 1. All right. Well, great job, everybody. I'll give you one more. I bet you both could get this.
I'll leave it to Abby then.
Which TV network has its headquarters at 30 Rockefeller Center?
Oh, that's the Peacock one. That's the NBC.
Yeah.
You got it.
She's right.
You got it. Fantastic work,
I don't
everybody.
know much about stuff, but
Nice.
that I know.
I love it.
No, MTV's not there. Jason.
Good try, Jason. Tuber Granny got it, though. Well done, everybody.
Jason's homework is to watch 30 Rock.
But that's what that means. Like when
Jon Snow.
that was a fun
I don't
show.
know, I'm with Rahoma. I thought that the Yankees were the top badminton team. So.
Cribbage.
Oh, good times. So, thank you for participating in the Hype Train Trivia. Just fantastic work. I mean, perfect score. So, 5 points for Mark and Abby, and well, almost a perfect score. The only one that was missing was the Yankee question. Yeah, just the Yankee question. But so 2.
I feel like we get horseshoe points on that.
He was very close, no doubt about it.
We bounced off the pin.
Sure.
That's and we call that a gimme in golf. You know, like in golf,
That's
if it's that close, you can just put it right in. It's just as good.
That's right. No putt required. You're close enough.
Bingo, love it. Before we can get into our Q&A spot, I do want to alert everybody to a charity event coming up on Dream On Music's channel. So, mods, if you can shout out Dream On Music. Very, very cool event. Let me just make sure I have this, and I do not, so let me just fix that right now. But it's called Bama Aid, and it's one of the folks from the Dream On Music community who's a veteran, and our friend needs our help. And so Dream On's going to do a special charity event on Thursday at 3 o'clock Eastern, 12 o'clock Pacific, and there's the details if you want to check it out. Follow Dream On Music for more information on that. I think that should be a really cool time. And Dream On's a good friend of the Sandwich Show, and Abby, I know she's a friend of yours as well, but I just throw that in there. And
I'm actually going to be contributing in no way as formal or fun a way as Dree is, but my Thursday night stream will also be directing funds towards the GoFundMe for Bama.
Cool beans. Speaking of cool beans, I got 2 jelly beans I got to eat at some point because of the Hype Train status. I will, but not right away. I think we're going to first get to know. I'm putting it off just so I can get to know Abi and Mark a little bit first.
Just keep putting it off.
Did you collect your jelly beans from my desk, by the way?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
I took them to my house.
I know. All right.
Sorry.
No.
The jelly beans moved out.
I just thought that you could participate. Ah.
He's got the really scary ones.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, these are pretty nasty. I think today my choices are, not the dog food again. No, liver and onions and cappuccino, and the other one is Old Bandage or pomegranate.
Wow.
Yeah.
Pomegranate's good though.
Oh,
Wait, is that
pomegranate's
with
terrific.
bandage?
Yeah, that's not that. If I get the pomegranate, that'd be pretty fun. So I'd be down for that. Sarah,
Yeah,
Sarah,
I can't
welcome
tolerate
in,
normal
Sarah.
jelly beans. You think I'm gonna do those jelly beans, Mark?
Good times. They are scary. I agree with you, Special K. So everybody in the chat, it's good to see you. Let's catch up with Abi and Mark. I mean, you both have been doing some big events lately. And Mark, I have been catching your Instagram highlights of your dueling piano shows. What a thrill that must be. Like, how long have you been at that now?
Well, my first dueling piano show was back in October with Pete. And that was really cool that he invited me to do that weekend. And since then, starting in like December, I've averaged at least one show a week.
I think your first of the averaging shows was the day I got here.
Yeah.
I'm a good luck charm.
That's right. It started right before Christmas, and I had a whole ton of shows in December, and then since then I've got stuff, and I'm booked most weekends for at least something through the beginning of April, which is pretty exciting. I'm playing all over the place, a lot of filling in for people at the last minute, which is cool because I'm still new to the scene. But I got to do an all Disney show on Sunday afternoon,
So
like a
cool.
family-friendly all Disney show, which was really awesome over at Troublemakers in Tampa, and like just that was a dream come true to do that kind of a show. So yeah, it's been fun.
That's really awesome. The comments from the chat. Half Pine Carrie says, "Oh, that's great, Mark. Special case. So proud of you, Mark." And Cutie Pie says, "Congratulations." And I mirror that. I think that's terrific. I'm really glad you're getting to do something really fun like that. And I mean, you're a natural for it. So I'm glad that it's worked out so far. That's really cool.
Yeah, can I tell you about the one really cool venue that I play at the most right now?
Sure.
It's kind of epic. Like it's this. All right. So over off International Drive in Orlando, there's a giant pirate experience dinner theater. It's like medieval times, but for pirates. Behind that is a Teatro Martini, which is like a cabaret dinner theater. And when that show ends, they open up a secret bookcase door into a speakeasy for an 8:30 to 11:30 show in the speakeasy with like casino table games for charity. And in the center of the room, like they got the craft cocktails going and all these cool vibes and whatever. But in the center of the room, there's a stage with a circular stage with 2 baby grand pianos on it, and the stage rotates. And so we sit on the stage, spinning around slowly, doing tunes in the speakeasy. And I play there a couple times a month. Actually, I didn't think I would have a gig this coming weekend, but I just got a call to play there Friday night. And like it's a blast. It's a small space. It's really intimate, but it's such a cool vibe. And playing on a real piano, which you don't get to do very much.
That's true.
And yeah, it's like my favorite lately. So
That
there you go.
just the visual of that sounds amazing. I can't wait to see that on Instagram. Like that's awesome. Have a blast at that. That's gonna be really fun.
Yeah, it's a good one. I love playing there.
Cool beans. Abby, have you had a chance to do any live shows in recent vintage or?
No, I would love to start gigging now that I'm actually like in a place where I think I'm gonna stay for more. I've moved like 6 times over the last like 4 years. And I wasn't full-time with music until about a year ago. So now that I'm down here, we've actually got some schmoozing lunches set up so I can start trying to find where I fit in, because there's a really diverse music community down here. There's a lot of the like dueling pianos and Broadway style stuff, and then there's a lot of like dive bar gigging and everything in between. So trying to figure out where I fit in that, because I don't know.
Right. Yeah, so we're both like reaching out and trying to make contacts in the local scene, and particularly find the ways. I don't know. We've talked about at some point like advertising as a duo for stuff. It would be
I
fun.
think someone should hire us as stand-up comedians for their cocktail hours at their wedding, and we can pretend to be musicians.
That's right.
It's a great call. I would.
But yeah, I think at some point we'll actually put that into
Yeah.
just finding the time to do stuff.
Nobody has time.
What is time?
It doesn't exist.
That's a pretty good. That's a really salient point about time. It just goes. Like it's almost March already. It's unbelievable, like how fast time can go. But so folks, if you're not familiar with our friends' music channels on Twitch, there are the links in the chat. Please follow both Abi Cee and MarkedChords on Twitch because they do a lot of great things. You can see, incredible panache in many different genres, but particularly in the realm of musical theater and Disney. But just great musicians in general. You both play multiple instruments too, which I think is really, really impressive to me because it's just me trying to learn one. It's like is the process.
Mark plays multiple instruments. I pretend.
No, you play multiple instruments, but you know what's in common with that is that we're both originally trained as vocalists, not instrumentalists.
Yes.
So.
And we both through the classical Western Conservatory School of Training.
Yes.
Which is shared,
we're totally
shared trauma.
Using all of those skills, being scarred by so many of those formal music teachers.
Too good. So here's the big question. I think a lot of people are wondering this. How did you two meet? I mean, obviously you saw each other on Twitch, but what was the story behind your meeting each other?
Oh my God, we were just talking about that.
We were just talking about it because it ties into the theme of the show so well. So once upon a time, I was finishing up a stream, and my friend Egwolio said, "Hey, you know who we should raid? My friend Mark. He's doing the Muppets Christmas Carol." And I was like, "Oh hell yeah, that sounds great." We came on over to Mark's stream, and I was just like, "Oh my, no, he's doing it. He's doing the voices, he's doing the dialogue, holy heck." Yeah. So I immediately was like, click follow, love this.
She's freaking out in chat. There was so much chaos, and I'm like, well, this is fun.
Especially for those of you who know me in your chat, I'm like the queen of all caps spam yelling when I get really excited, and that's all I did in his channel.
It's true. And I'd never heard of you. I didn't know it was going to I'm like, this is a decent sized raid. This is kind of fun. And this streamer seems excited about this Muppet weirdness.
So then it happened that during this particular time on my channel, my mods and I were having a continued debate about the definition of a sandwich and is a hot dog a sandwich. And Mark happened to raid me back.
Yeah.
Into that discussion.
I don't even know. I'm not even sure if I raided or I just popped in.
I don't know if you raided or you popped in, but I was on a soapbox about it, and you were like, "Hey," and I was like, "Very important question."
Right. It was Mark. I have an important question. There is a correct answer here. I'm like, okay. Are you ready? Okay. Is a hot dog a sandwich? I said yes and have doubled down ever since.
Oh, no.
All right, so the follow-up, though, and this is what we were talking about,
Mm-hmm.
remembering this, is I joined her Discord because at that time I was checking out streamers before I was ever raiding. So I know that a raid followed soon after, the next opportunity I had. But I joined her Discord to continue the chaos after stream, to continue the hot dog, lasagna, pie, are all these things sandwiches, which the answer is yes. And one of her mods immediately banned me from her Discord accidentally. It didn't know that they could ban me from Discord with a chat command in Discord because the bots were new, I guess.
Yeah, we didn't know what we were doing.
Yeah, so I am laughing my head off when I'm like, they accidentally banned me out of Discord. Let me go find the link to rejoin this Discord because this is fun.
That's cool.
And it's all just downhill after.
And it was probably a couple months after that we started chatting on the regular, in DMs and stuff like that. But and yeah.
And then I think it was around the time my life kind of fell apart, and you were going through some stuff, and I was like, I'm not working anymore. Can I come up and do a collab? Because we kind of been like, oh my gosh, musical theater nerds, blah 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 blah. And then we figured it out, and I drove up from Delaware to Massachusetts.
Well, I mean, that was after I came to your house, though.
No, that's right.
That was long
First
after
you came to my house.
Yeah, we've been talking constantly before we ever got together because we were talking about camping in the mountains.
Yes.
And just singing stupid crap around a campfire at some time. I believe that the plan was, hey, let's go camping with my family, get a lot of bourbon, and bring the ukuleles.
Yes, that was in fact the plan.
Yeah, never happened.
You were coming back up from Florida and stopped at my house on the way for a drive-by collab.
That's right, in the summer. Yeah.
Which was wild. And then I went up to you and thought I was just going to be there for like 2 collabs, and I stayed for like a week.
Yep.
I kept trying to leave and was like,
Traffic. Stupid stuff.
holiday traffic.
Yeah.
Boy, what incredible moments. And then it just morphed into something, into even more things. And I mentioned in the Discord that you had like a hot tub / pool stream together. You've been on other collabs.
Happened.
It's been fun.
Yeah, but I mean, here's the thing. What's at the bottom of it? We realized even before we got together that this is a family relationship. You know, we're chosen sisters.
Yep.
Along with our dear Composy, and it was just recognizing early on that there's this connection. There's a lot of similarity. Very different experiences with very similar beats.
Yes.
You know, and very very much shared passions from our background in human services and in classical music and all of that, and in theater.
Yep.
So lots of overlap that makes for a very sibling dynamic here. So
I'm like, if Composy like really got in a lot of trouble in middle school.
Yeah. I mean, and it's really good that we didn't know each other as teenagers. We would have destroyed the world.
We would have absolutely destroyed the world.
Or been in prison for life.
I have no doubt that expulsion would have been the least of our worries.
Yeah, I mean, Elizabeth will tell. I don't know if she's still in chat over the ballgame, but Elizabeth will tell you that in person, the level of chaos that Abi and I create is unholy. It's a thing.
Chaos, you say?
Oh, I spy Enschnu. Hi, Enschnu.
Ooh, and Schnoo.
Nice to see you. I do like these comments from the chat. First from Jason. Wait, Abi is not composing. Were you responding to that earlier?
Yep.
Yep. Right on. Yeah, and I agree.
Liz is the other part of this in that, like,
She's
Liz
our older, more responsible
sister.
sister.
The responsible older sister, and we're the degenerates that came up.
Accurate.
Shout out Composy too. Let's still shout out Composy.
I'm the diva middle sister.
And Brat. Surprises no one.
So let's see. Let's catch up on some more chat. So Breddington Frothing Slosh. Yo, can someone who wants to marry me please slide into my DMs? I ain't getting any younger here. And then yeah. Oh, and Breddington also says Mark has such a dulcet tone to his voice. I want him to read me a book every night before bed.
Oh, there's wait, who said that? There is opportunity for that. I've been reading, I can't reach the book right now probably, but in Sesgamo's Discord, I've been reading The Princess Bride out loud, and chapter by chapter, and all the recordings are available there. So that's actually a thing that exists in Sesgamo's Discord.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. And that's from Breddington Frothing Slosh, who adds, it's like a warm glass of milk.
Aw, very sweet.
Great analogy. Special K, I love the Muppet Christmas Carol, as do I. Great tradition, Mark. I love it. That's part of our holidays every year. So wonderful. Yeah. Half Pint says, I love how Twitch brings people together. And then Jason says it went down in the DMs. Good times. Oh, I'd be who with an interesting question. Which sibling would be the spoiled one?
Me. 100% me. No hesitation.
Yeah. My mother-in-law says we're both spoiled.
She's only being nice to include you because she loves me best.
Tuba Grammy's got to spend some quality time with the two of us and witness the insanity in person.
I love that. I do. Quick promo for Abi, because Abi Cee is going to be part of Dino Streamfest. So let me put in the Dino Stream. That's exciting. I mean, Mark was on it last time, as was I.
Yep.
And but it's an incredible event organized by Danielle Allard, and a lot of great streamers in this. If you want to see more about it, there's a link there in the chat. Just fantastic. And Sarah, you're in it too, right? Aren't you in it? Aren't you part of this?
Sarah's part of it. Yeah.
And Sarah's awesome.
100%.
Just love her stream.
Love the vibe at Sarah's channel. So shout out Sarah as well from the mods, and the Creative Star will be part of that too. And I think a number of our great friends from both the Dino community and from the Sandwich community will be in on this one. CW Guitar is going to be in Dino Streamfest, so that a lot of cool people will be in this one. Let's see. But Abi, have you been on that particular Streamfest before? I'm not sure if you have or not.
I have. This'll be my third Dino Fest, I think. I was supposed to be on the last one, and then I moved to Florida and was like, "Hey, I'm gonna be at Mark's house, so I'm just gonna crash his set."
Yeah, which was perfect.
So someone else got to play. My first Dino Streamfest, I believe, was my 2K follower celebration, and I was wearing a mustache.
Nice.
I was cosplaying as Mario.
Oh my gosh, the Mario cosplay was on the Streamfest?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
I sang Mario Kart Love Song to welcome in the dinos.
It's fantastic.
And then refused to take my mustache off because I love it so much.
Someday.
It'll come in. I'll keep petting it. It'll come in eventually.
Well, I sounds like we got a lot to look forward to on Saturday. So yeah, Dino Streamfest is totally worth it. Check out all our friends over there. But for now, we will have sandwich of the week coming up in a second. Are your sandwiches on hand and ready?
Yes.
Oh yes.
Okay. So before we do, I'll quickly take these two beans. We'll see how they turned out. So let's see. So this first. Now you're rooting for pomegranate here, Mark, or are you going to be like the rest of my chat and they're going to be rooting for the bad bean? It's perfectly acceptable.
No, I'm rooting for the bad bean always.
It's a way to go. It's a way to go. I high respect for that. Let's see. Pump it up! Yeah, finally! I get the pomegranate out of this. Finally! Been bandaged for like several tries. Okay. Now this one is either cappuccino or it's what is the other one? Oh, liver and onions. Oof. All right, we'll see.
Ooh.
Damn it again.
What if you like liver and onions?
Some people do, which is funny. All right. So thank you very much for your hype, everybody. Appreciate you so much. Let's thank some people before we get to Sandwich of the Week. So, a lot of people to thank. Let's see. I gotta scroll back a lot. Oh, wow. Look at all this. Okay. So, Special K, thank you for the resub. And Dream On Music, thank you also for the gift sub as well. Jason L. Rush for your resub as well. 4 months. Hell yeah. Well done. And another gift sub from Special K. Ibiahoo cheered 200 bits. Thank you so much. And Dream On with another gift sub to Ibiahoo. And what a fantastic hype train that was. Thank you so much, everybody. So, all right. Who's hungry? You hungry? I think I am. So let's go ahead.
I'm starving my face off.
Let's go.
It's been a long day.
I'm into it. So now, folks, time for the... Where is it? Okay, time for the... The Sandwich of the Week, everyone. And... let's go bring it back to our friends Abi Cee and MarkedChords, and let's see what your sandwiches are this week.
Are you ready?
Go ahead.
It's the only sandwich that was fitting. It's a Pop-Tart taco. Because Pop-Tarts are in fact sandwiches.
Oh my goodness.
And pies and
tacos are sandwiches.
Tacos are also sandwiches.
Yep.
This is terrific. Shinorum says ban Abby.
All right.
No.
Good.
Seriously.
So in reheating these, I accidentally crisped the top a little bit too much. They're not supposed to be burnt.
Oh, I gotcha. No worries.
So there you go. That's a little better view of the bread.
Ooh.
So there's a local place in Winter Haven or Auburndale or whatever called Soup or Cubans, like SOUPR Cubans. And so we got Cubans from there. They close at 6, so I had to... Actually, Elizabeth picked them up after work for me, so I had to reheat them for us. Which is what resulted in getting the top a little crispy, but I'm not complaining. The burnt top is...
Burnt top's the whole vibe.
Yeah, the burnt top is great. But we've got, let's see.
Meat?
There's ham and pork and salami and a Swiss cheese and a mayo, like tangy mustard sauce. And mine has pickles, Abby's does not. And what I like about this place that I only recently discovered is they do bake their own bread. The bread's fantastic, and the bread makes a sandwich. And instead of it being a panini, it's a proper like bread in a flat press. So it's really nice.
That does look really good. Enjoy, my friends.
I took one bite of it, and now I'm going to eat more because I'm starving.
Oh, go for it. Go for it. Great sandwiches, you all. That was really, really good. So let me show you my contribution. Folks, I want to say hello. Happy 2/22/22 day. That's awesome. And I was letting people know on Discord, if it's when it's 2:22 p.m. or if it's 22:22 if you're on 24-hour time, do the dance, because it's a great moment to celebrate. Not too many 2:22:22s out there in our lifetime. So my sandwich to commemorate 2:22:22, the number 2 from Jersey Mike's, which is good stuff. Yeah. So I think Mark's familiar with Jersey Mike's, being from New Jersey himself. So
they're good.
Oh yeah, good times. So this one has ham and provolone and a capicola, I believe, and your usual compliments done Mike's way, of course. So that's my choice for sandwich of the week. Yeah.
And Jersey Mike's is a solid sandwich always.
For sure. Yeah, and it's good to know that it holds up, coast to coast, because I think it's been pretty consistent no matter which one I've been to. So I'm very, very fortunate. Yeah. What's your favorite at Jersey Mike's, or do you have one?
I
don't go there enough to have a favorite.
We had Jersey Mike's the other day when we were at Tuba Grammys, right?
Did we?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's the only time I've ever had it.
Yeah. It was good.
Before we got in the pool.
What was that? I don't remember what I got.
I got something with meat on it.
Yeah.
I grew up vegetarian, so I order meat. I don't cook meat at home, so I think that I may have had like a Philly cheesesteak.
Oh yeah, I think we did. I think you did the cheesesteak. I think
Yeah.
I did the chicken version with like some kind of a zesty sauce on it or something like that. So
Sounds about right.
yeah.
It was good. I liked it.
Yep. Yeah, they're solid.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I think they're solid at just about everything. And Breddington, who's based in the Lehigh Valley, says, I usually get the Italian. I have better cheesesteak options, naturally, due to geography, but they aren't bad. Yeah, and I would concur with the cheesesteaks. I like the cheesesteaks, too.
Wait. Are you frothing slosh? Are you from Philly?
He's pretty close. He's basically a Philly guy, yeah.
So I need to know where the best Philly cheesesteak in Philly is. There is a correct answer.
Oh, gauntlet just got thrown down.
Oh, boy. Brett, it's all yours, my friend. Can't wait for your answer. He's not going to go with the big names. Because we've talked
John's
about...
roast pork.
Yeah.
I'm a D'Alessandro's guy.
Ah.
John's roast pork is the answer I got the most, being in
Yeah, I know.
the Delaware, PA region.
No, that's understandable. But I used to drive from North Jersey to Philly just for D'Alessandro's. There you go. As
There
long
you
as
go.
Dell's on your list.
Dells is on the list. Dells is my third. Love it. See, that's respect right there. That's respect. I dig that so much. That's really cool. So, yeah.
It's good. It's a heckin' great cheesesteak.
100%.
Oh yeah, if you want whiz, Jim's is the only answer. That's true.
Yeah, good call. Yeah. And that's something that Brett was telling me about.
Terrifies
Like,
me.
wait, what happened?
It's just plastic cheese product.
Oh god, it's so scary. I've lived in America for actually, we missed it. It was 22 years earlier this month.
Oh my gosh.
And plastic cheese in a can still terrifies me.
No, there's reason to be terrified by that, right? Like, that's supposed to be hair products. It's not supposed to be cheese. Like, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Slosh, I'm with you on that assertion about Pat's,
Pat's.
Geno's, and Tony
Yeah.
Luke's.
Yeah, dig that. Jason's comment. Brett got in one little fight. His mom got scared, so he had to move in with his auntie and uncle in Bel Air. That's great.
That's accurate.
There's a new one out. Did you know about the new Fresh Prince of Bel Air? That's on like Netflix
It's like
or something.
serious, right?
Yeah.
It's like redone as a drama.
It's
Weird.
It is weird. I'm not sure
I
if I'm
saw
ready
the
for it.
trailer for it, and it looked like. Do y'all remember in like, I don't know, 2006, 2007, when YouTube first started gaining traction and people would film their own like sequel trailers? It had those kind of vibes, but with much higher production value. Looks interesting.
Is it on Apple TV or something?
Yeah, probably.
Probably.
Oh, actually,
Sounds like it.
I think I figured it out. It's on Peacock. Right, that makes sense because it was on NBC.
Oh, it's on that makes
makes
even more
sense.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. So it's on Peacock. Yeah, I don't know. At some point, I'll have the courage to watch it. But Jason L. Rush, the reboot nobody wanted.
I think it's produced by Will Smith. He's involved somehow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that doesn't. I mean, Will Smith has made some very questionable creative decisions.
That's hot.
Fair point. Fair point. Yeah. Oh, let's give a shout out to Pete from the Brookstone Bards too. I know Pete's on lurk, but Pete, it's good to see you in the chat tonight. Hope you're doing well.
He's doing dishes or something of the sort.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But and we were just saying earlier, like, we feel your pain as far as the internet stuff, because it's just annoying. Like, why can't it be consistently good everywhere? Like, I feel like we can do it, and they just don't want to. But let's see. Jason says Second Earth, the movie we all saw, none of us watched. What does that mean? Oh, is that a Will Smith production? Oh,
I am also surprised, Brettington. I am very surprised by that.
Oh, I'm surprised Will Smith didn't shoot.
I mean, could still happen.
Watch, he's DJ Jesse Jeff in the reboot.
I know, it's not too late. It's a TV show. It could definitely still happen. But I will mention Will Smith also was a producer on Cobra Kai, and Cobra Kai is an awesome show. I love that show.
I mean, I'm not saying that Will Smith stuff is garbage. I'm just saying that he has made some questionable decisions in the past.
Yeah, 100%.
That's all.
I totally get that. Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, Sarah says I was thinking the same thing, Abby. It's a great call. Let's see. Yeah, that looks really good. All right, so I have a couple of my own questions before we get into random questions.
Oh, boy.
So we know that Mark is a big fan of Billy Joel. I know your favorite album, it's Glass Houses. That's cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And that came out, yeah, I mean, it's kind of like him at the top of his game. Like, he was on fire. Like, he was just like hitting all the spots.
Yeah, that album's fire from top to bottom.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of those songs became hits. Every single one, like almost every single one. So it's really interesting. So what is your favorite song of his? Or I know you've probably already said this, but I'm always curious about these things.
Yeah, I've talked about it only sometimes, and I finally had to learn it. So it's definitely like, look, Billy Joel has some stuff that has a ton of depth. But my favorite song of his is maybe not that deep, it just feels good, is I Don't Want to Be Alone Anymore. It's got a kind of like a boppy little rhythm, but it's just this, kind of lightweight story song about, hey, I'm tired of being alone. Our relationship was messed up before, but why don't we just give it a shot and see where it goes? And it just feels good because it's about second chances, and it's a fun tune, and so that's been my favorite for a long time, probably since I was a very mushy teenage romantic. So
it's a great song. It's funny because like that's my favorite song off that album. Like that's definitely a great song. That's a good call. So Abby, what is your relation to Billy Joel in terms of like your interest in it? Like, do you have a favorite album and a favorite song of his?
Wait.
So cold out right now.
Wait. So you're gonna answer this, but I'm gonna preface it for you.
Yes.
Because it happens when we stream together and a Billy Joel song gets requested. Inevitably, she's standing there. She's listened to the song. She's seen the lyrics on my iPad or whatever, and she's like, now that I actually listen to it, that's a pretty good song. Every time. Every time. And it only happens when she's standing next to me and forced to actually listen to it. She's like, oh, that's a pretty good song.
So yeah, I did not grow up listening to a lot of Billy Joel. I used to go to a piano bar when I was in college, so I got introduced to Piano Man. And then I got introduced to For the Longest Time, and I was like, oh, this slaps. Like, yes.
Yes, it does.
And then I was listening to an a cappella group, an all-women's a cappella group, do an arrangement of And So It Goes, and like struck me on like, when you have those experiences where music hits you on a cellular level, like it was very much that. So I love and adore that song. Outside of that, I go, oh yeah, that's pretty good. I should listen to some of this.
She never does.
I never do.
She never does. That's great. Let's see with comments. Oh, welcome in, Stuart Hayek, the Modfather's in the chat. I love it.
What up, Modfather?
Modfather. Let's see. And let's see. Yeah, Breddington says it's good to be consistent. Half Pint says that happens with me and Chris, where you were saying, "Oh, that's actually pretty good." Yeah. Abi Cee,
like the moment when Abi repeatedly realizes that I don't have shit taste in music.
Debatable. You made me sing Backstreet Boys the other day.
I want to hear that. So, as long as we're here, Abi, who is your favorite artist? Who is your favorite artist? Do you have one? Favorite act?
I do, and it hurts me to say this because y'all who hang out in my streams know that like Sarah Bareilles has a very special place for me, but my all-time favorite is Dallas Green, aka City in Color. So Canadian, amazing musician, who writes a lot of like really his albums all typically have a theme, but he's written a lot about death, him accepting his own mortality, accepting the mortality of other people, what happens after we die. And I was a hospice music therapist for a number of years. So very quickly captured my heart because he has a song called Body in a Box that talks about what happens to us after we die. And I was in my hospice internship and was just like, I've been to 7 funerals this week. I love this so much. So Dallas Green is my all-time favorite.
How about that? Great call.
That's awesome.
That is.
All-time favorite.
Well, that's a great answer. So, you both now live pretty close to Walt Disney World now. I think that's really neat. Have you been since you've been in Florida? I'm sure you've been at least once.
No, because not by choice, because they currently have suspended sales of annual passes.
Oh.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm not spending money on park tickets if I can't convert it to annual passes for the family. So,
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm at Disney Springs all the time, to play and stuff. So, so if that counts.
I mean, it's pretty close. I mean, I think I probably
It's not
count
the parks, but it's there.
Yeah. I mean, it's in the neighborhood, so I guess that's pretty good. Yeah, Special K, Disney. Right, we love the story of how Special K and like Pete met at Disney World at Jelly Rolls, which is cool. Yeah, wish I could have been there. That was before my time. Like I never. Mark? Had you ever been to Jelly Rolls back in the day?
I have not been to Jelly Rolls yet. I'm sure that sometime I'll get around over there. There's so many great places to play and to check out dueling piano, so I just haven't made it over there yet.
Yeah, and Special K says, I can't wait for you guys to get passes. I hope that comes sooner rather than later. Shout out to Tim
We're
Tam.
not checking on a daily basis or anything.
Yeah, no, totally not keeping a tab open to their annual passes page and refreshing it every day.
No. Well, like they got it. I hope they do. They get around to that eventually. Tim Tam's in the chat. Hello, Tim Tam, our good friend Tim Tam, our first ever guest on the Sandwich Show, and he asks, "What is the opposite of Disney?" Datney.
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 You get it. You get it.
Good times. Sarah says there were good times. Welcome in though, Tim Tam. Tim Tam's been on a roll streaming Dead by Daylight, which is a really fun game to play, and it's just as fun to watch when they're doing well, and even if they're not, it's like a fun game to watch. And I know, Mark, you do some gaming streaming too. Like, now you mentioned a game that you were playing recently that was kind of related to the Oregon Trail. I completely forgot the name. I'm sorry, but whatever it was like kind of the same idea as the Oregon Trail. But what are some of the games you've been up to more recently?
I mean, so my gaming stream has just been on a little bit of a hiatus, just because of time with gigs and stuff like that, and work and the life transitions. But I was playing Soulsborne games. I was in the middle of Bloodborne, which are not really my type of game, but I've gotten into them. I originally started doing gaming streams playing Banjo-Kazooie from the Nintendo 64 era. The last gaming stream I did was Abi and I doing voiceovers for Later Daters.
Yes.
That was fun.
Later Daters is a queer dating sim set in an old folks' home.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And it's amazing.
It's so
awesome.
cool.
and we'll finish it at some
Yeah, we
point.
will. We'll finish the game at some point. We played it like a couple days worth of the story, and somehow what happened is that Abby's voicing like one character and a cat, and I'm voicing everything
No,
else.
you're in fact the cat.
I'm the cat. What? Oh, did you? The bird.
I'm the bird.
The bird. Yeah. So she's the main character and a random ass bird.
To my defense, every other dating sim I've played, most of the dialogue is the first-person character.
Yeah.
This just is the exception.
Yeah, where all the dialogue is all the other characters,
Everyone else.
all the delightful queer elderly people that I'm having to find character voices for and keep track of them. They'll all be different next time we do it.
They've all become the Muppets, is what happens.
Good times.
Yeah,
Hey,
it's definitely a thing.
well, let me know what I'd love to see when that's back on. I'd love to take a look if you know next time you decide to stream that.
Well, that'll be on Abi Cee Games.
Okay.
That exists on her channel.
Ooh.
So.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. Let's shout out Abi Cee Games because I like to. I'll go follow you as well. I'll be on the lookout.
Yes, I have a gaming channel where I play super serious, very aggressive first-person shooter games. Nothing but. I definitely didn't play Grim Fandango and spend 10 minutes dragging an axe around the floor because I didn't know what I was doing.
It's amazing content.
That sounds like a jam. It really does. All right. Speaking of jams, it's time for starting lineup. Thank you for the Redeemer Homo. Let's roll them out tonight. So if you want to be in the starting lineup, the way I do it is I read off your name in the chat, in a basketball starting lineup style, and I did the music and the effects and everything else. And we'll roll through this. If you're in, just use exclamation point lineup and to enter the. Oh yay! Thank you, Stuart, for the Bean Boozled redeem.
I'm gonna eat more sandwich while you do this.
Go for it. Yeah, sounds great. So exclamation point lineup if you want to be in the lineup, and we'll read your name off here in the chat. Let's do it. So we got prepare all of our facilities. Let's go. Oh, welcome back, Pete. Good to see you. And now, the starting lineup for your Davy's eating a sandwich choo-choo! Big one tonight. All stars and all of them down the lineup. Leading off, deep in the heart of Texas, our good friend, don't you forget about Jason Elroy! And from North Carolina, doing the things at the car dealership, but also a fan of Disney Musical Theater and Peloton, our good friend Special K 0454! And also the lineup, her husband, a piano dueler for over 25 years, the frontman for the Brookstone Bards, Art and Pete, Abcab, the music of Genesis, and the Yacht Rock cover band Thurston Howell, exclamation point sploobs in the chat for our friend Pete from the Brookstone Board. And trolling his way into the lineup, having a nice cocktail at the home of the future TwitchCon 2022, the Troller in Chief. And I hope you make it to TwitchCon 2022 as well, Homo! And new to the Sandwich Show chat, say hello to our good new friend, Meta. And up next, the co-host of the PGC podcast alongside his friend Philip from Pretty Good Cooking. And now, streaming 3D printing of marvelous things, our good foodie friend, Breadington Front Things Slow. And joining us from the Great White North, he'll make you an offer you can't refuse. The Modfather, Stuart Hagan! And lastly, but not leastly, our collab guest tonight alongside AbiCeeMusic. He can do any of dozens of Muppet voices. One of the most talented people on Twitch. And a huge fan of Billy Joel, musical theater, and Disney. Give it up for MarkedChords. Ladies, gentlemen, and non-binaries, your Davy's eating a sandwich. Choo-choo-choo! All right, thank you very much, everybody. Woo. Woo.
Davey, your stream is such incredible fun.
Thank you. Thanks so much, Mark. Appreciate you. That means a lot to me. You know, I'm glad you all are enjoying this. You know, with all my silliness, I appreciate you for that. So, we had a big announcement I know you have a big announcement for us, so let's hear it.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
You want to talk? Should I?
You talk.
It's an announcement, so it's gonna get real awkward. So, for those who have been hanging out on our streams when we collab together, you may notice that they started out being music streams, and they've deteriorated into Mark and Abby have a conversation and occasionally sing a song.
It saves our voices a little.
Sure, that's the reason why. Well, I guess it turns out you guys kind of like that, so we
Ready?
are launching a podcast together.
Oh, jeez, not that one. This one.
That's the one.
We are going to be launching a podcast together called Queerly in Tune.
Yeah. So that's going to be happening, and obviously it'll be out on the podcast platforms and all of that good stuff. For those who are our Patreon supporters and recurring Ko-fi supporters, they're going to have early access to each episode. But the idea is, you know, we have a lot of good conversations. Frankly, many of those happen at weird times, far away from microphones, and but when we get talking about things that are important to us, you know, it seems that other people are interested in checking out what's going on in these brains of ours. So,
Yeah.
So we're going to talk, and we're going to figure it out. We're going to be recording tomorrow.
We're recording tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because again, that time thing. So we set a deadline that was we're going to have it ready to release by the time we're on date. Well, that didn't happen.
No, that didn't happen.
But it will be up soon, and it's called Queerly in Tune because
Yeah.
we both queers who sing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and you know, and some of it is being able to talk about, talk about things that are important to us, being able to speak from our trauma experiences, and to talk about music that we like and why. You know, obviously, we will definitely be talking about theater and some of the things that speak to us and why. You know, so there's a lot of directions this can go, but really it centers around the conversations that we have, and trying to share that and see where that goes. So we should be releasing next week the first episode.
Yes. So stay tuned to the socials, and then as far as we're concerned, if there are topics you want to hear us talk about, like, you know the basics, right? There's going to be hot takes on sandwiches and which Sondheim is most motivic.
Oh yeah, that was a specific conversation.
It was a very specific conversation. But if you want to hear us talk about certain things, like it's for you guys as much as it is for us. So we're open to it. I'd love to get to the point where we can have other people on, like Pete can come and chat with us, and I mean, even better if we can go to the cul-de-sac and do it in person.
That's right.
But yeah, the idea is to just it's a space for you guys to hear us talk, but it's not for us to talk at you. It's for us to have a conversation together. So we want y'all's feedback. We want to know what you want to hear us talking about.
Yeah. So that's gonna be available. You know, we want to keep our streams and our collabs a lot about the fun and music and community, and so we decided to carve out this space where we can have more of that conversation in an in-depth and deliberate way, to speak into things that we care about and that you care about.
Oh, you know I'm getting to the cul-de-sac, Pete.
I love that.
We gonna figure it out. I have plans for an ABBA cover band stream.
It's true.
You guys don't know about them yet.
Sign me up for that. I love ABBA. I'm in. I'm pre-booking that. That sounds great. I love it. But congratulations on your new venture. I just want to speak on behalf of everybody else who's already said they're so excited about this podcast, and I too will add this to my list of my podcasts. I just think it's great. All right, so let me get the chat comments. So Breddington Frothing Slosh, Mark is going to exercise that NPR voice, right?
I've done a surprising amount of radio time.
Good times. Crickster82, I'm hereish, but you're in support work. You're all unmuted. So good to see you, Crickster. Yeah. Let's see. Special K, any kind of topics. I mean, I think that was covered. Yeah. And then, and then Pete says, I've wanted to do a podcast too, but if I do it now, I'll just look like a copycat.
I mean, Pete is a cover artist, so he lives as a copycat.
Oh, that's good. So good. Yeah, and Jason says the guy with the tribute band. Exactly, Jason. Exactly. So special case. So I'm so excited for this, and good times. Good times. Yeah.
Jason, in my defense, I didn't read chat.
Oh, so good. Yeah. Let's see. Brookstone Bards. Abby, you. I'm sorry. Wait. Where is it? Abby. Oh, I'm sorry. Stuart Hayek. Abby doing ABBA. That makes so much sense. I love that.
I for context, I may have been drunk at an all-inclusive in Mexico where there was an ABBA show going on, and I just could not stop sending Mark messages about how we had to do an ABBA stream, and he's like, oh no.
It was definitely very aggressive and insistent, tipsy Abby saying, Mark, talk to Pete about this. Mark, put this on Pete's. Mark, talk to Pete about this. We have to do this. Mark, have you talked to Pete about that yet? Like, Abby, it is 2 a.m.
I'm sorry, I get really passionate when I have good ideas.
It was either that or sending me sound bites of actual burps from your vacation.
Because you missed me.
In the middle of a gig. I'm in the middle of a gig. She knows I'm in a gig. I get this DM, the sound bite. It's a burp.
Oh boy.
I am Disney princess, y'all.
Good times. Yeah, Pete, do a podcast. I mean, I do a podcast. It's just, but it's very different from the Sandwich Show, I will admit. It's mostly sports, but we all do podcasts. I totally think you would do a good job with a podcast. And Breddington does a podcast too. He does the PGC podcast. So he says, do it. Set a schedule and have at it. I agree. Totally. You got a good topic.
We're aware that Pete can speak at length about Transformers.
Yes.
There you go. Transformers podcast. That's a hit. Yeah.
That's definitely a thing that Pete could just talk endlessly for hours and then carve it into individual episodes.
So he just does like one, and then it's like a whole season of podcast. It's a good idea. Hey, CT, welcome in. What's up, CT? How you doing? Okay, so it's time for Bean Boozled before we get to random questions tonight. But first, speaking of Breddington Frothing Slosh, he's also got a stream on Twitch where he's 3D printing, and he was so kind of making this for me. This is the sandwich logo. Well, maybe it's backwards, but this is the sandwich logo that you see. You see if you tilt it like this.
That's cool.
Yeah, isn't that cool? Yeah, thank you, Breddington, for that. Because it's really like a 3D sandwich logo. So there you go. Pretty neat. You can watch him make things like this all the time on his channel. Shout out Breddington. So you can see, yeah, that is really, really cool. And it's dense, too. So I was just joking with him, like, you can break some windows with this thing, too. So if you're mad at someone,
it's a safety device if you get stuck in your car underwater.
Exactly. Exactly. So shout out Breddington for that. Very cool stuff. Oh, Mentos Trick, too. Oh, my goodness. Okay, CT, thank you for that. Yeah, it's a sandwich break. So time for another bean. Let me make sure that Stuart Hayek is still in the chat. Modfather, are you in the chat? Are you in the chat? So we'll do this and get this going. Modfather.
Paging the Modfather.
Modfather.
To a white courtesy telephone.
All right. Hopefully, Modfather. Please let it be a good one. Oh my goodness, we have someone rooting for the good one. Well, thank you, Special K. That's very nice of you.
I mean, good one means terrible. Terrible is good.
Oh, there's Stu. Okay, cool. Well, pump it up. That's going to be contingent on how we do with this. Well, hold on. Let me pump it up. Okay, now let's go back to the Mento. Let's go back to the Bean Boozled. All right. So this one is either going to be Stinky Socks or Tutti Frutti. Get my alcohol ready.
They both sound like bad options.
I know. I guess it's Tutti Frutti. It's okay.
What's the difference?
I guess. Rigged? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Yay? I have no idea.
Now you've got to try the other one and see.
I'm so jaded from these. Let's see. Special K, as a person who regularly has to have gross bourbon on stream, I wish you well, Davey. It's not gross to me. I would be down for some bourbon, but
yeah, I mean, Kristen, there's nothing but the finest bourbon in your house.
I love it.
This is a fact. We know this to be true.
Yeah, Brett's right. This one always baffles you. It really does. I can't tell when I have the good one or the bad one. It's just, they're both just so similar. Oh, Caffeine is my drugs in the chat. How you doing? How you doing, Calf? Welcome in. By the way, those of you joining us late, these are our guests, AbiCeeMusic and MarkedChords, both incredibly talented streamers, and they can sing all the notes. Like, how would you describe your range? Because it's, like, exceptional. Like, you can go...
Between the two of us, we have a large part of the piano covered.
That's very true.
Yeah.
I mean, Abi is such a high soprano is the thing that I don't think that people realize when they're not attempting to sing with her and find the keys that work, because like her voice is up there. It's pretty impressive.
Amazing.
It's squeaky.
No.
And mouse.
It's never squeaky. Never squeaky. It's very good.
I mean,
so
Abi, if you can sing Titanium, you're legit. Like, that is an extremely difficult song to sing. Like, that's...
Well, thank you. Yeah, I occasionally... people have heard me do Phantom with Mark a couple of times.
Yeah, that's a high E at the end there, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh, yeah. Love it a lot.
I used to have higher, but it goes when you don't use it.
That's true.
So. Interesting stuff. Mentos Trick. Let's do this. So... Oh boy, Mentos Trick. So do you all remember the Mentos Trick from back in like the 2000s, where you'd put some candy inside of a diet soda and then it makes a geyser? Let us see.
Yeah. Is this a thing you actually do?
It is a thing I actually do, unbelievably.
I'm a little alarmed.
Oh, I know. I feel you in that. It's kind of amazing. Like, I can contain it. You would think, isn't this gonna get everywhere? And you're like, yeah, but. I've somehow figured out a system where it doesn't. So let's try it. Let's see what happens tonight. So you have to get it really far away from the keyboard. That's obvious. Both keyboards. This one too. And then you put your Mentos in. Then let's take a look. And it stayed in place. Yeah. All right, that was pretty good. Yeah.
Nice.
That's impressive.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, that was really fun.
I'm never telling my children that trick exists.
I'm telling them.
I know that. Love it.
Chaotic Auntie Abby.
Yeah.
That is me. I am here to cause trouble.
Oh man, the one time I tried it with a 2-liter bottle, that was crazy. Not here. You can't do that here. My whole room will be destroyed. But I did it in the bathroom one time just to try it. I'm like, okay, what happens if you do it? And it's like it went all the way to the ceiling. It's like, damn, holy shit.
That's how Gray gets me a gator. You can take one out with a Mentos fountain.
That's right.
There you go.
Yeah, my second son, the baseball player, definitely, like, when we're walking in the evening past the lake by the baseball fields, he pulls his bat out of his bags. If I see a gator, I'm going to get it. I'm going to bring a gator to Abby so she can eat it. This is absolute fact.
I want to see that. Have you ever eaten? Have either of you ever eaten? Have any of you either in the chat too? Have you eaten gator? Have you ever?
Oh, all the time.
Really?
Gator bites. It is definitely a Florida thing.
Ooh.
Like deep fried little chunks of breaded gator meat, and it's super tasty.
I see.
I got taken out to lunch to try the gator.
Yes. And you tried the gator, and you liked the gator.
I tried the gator, but the look on my face until I think I actually managed to get it in my mouth and not immediately projectile vomit it back out was,
there was
I was
a lot of
very
nervousness.
afraid of the gator.
Hey, Trina's here.
Trina's here. Welcome in. I did that for Trina. Bubble
Nice.
jumble vacuum. How is that jumble? How you doing, Trina? It's so good to see you.
Actually, the weird alligator dish that I kind of regret not trying when it was a special on the menu at that restaurant, they had buffalo gator wings as an appetizer one day as a special. So I asked the waitress, I said, what's that about? She's like, well, it's actually gator wings. Come on. No, well, they really took gator arms and prepared them like buffalo wings. And she's like, they look like buffalo wings, and they toss them like buffalo wings. And there you go. And I'm like, that sounds like something I want to try, but not today. And I chickened out.
Oh, well, maybe next time. Maybe next time.
I was meeting with some people for the first time. I didn't think it was the right moment to say, yes, get me some buffalo gator arms. You know?
But no, that's reasonable. That really is.
Yeah, business meeting did not seem like the place to try that.
Right on. A lot of people in your corner on the alligator, though. Brookstone Bars, alligator's yummy. And let's see. Special K. Gators are everywhere down there. And let's see. CT says I can sing Titanium. Yeah, but Abby's on another level, though, I will say. But that's cool that you can sing it, too. Very cool. Oh, Special K. My voice cannot produce sounds anywhere close to that high, and it amazes me every time, Abby. So awesome. Good times.
You're too kind.
Yeah. Catch says...
Sloppy dough. Oh, man. Heck
Wait, what
yeah.
happened? Let me see. Sloppy
Caffeine, talking about eating deer in upstate New York. Because, yeah, venison is a phenomenal meat when prepared correctly.
Ooh.
I have had it in like mixed in with other meat in like a burger and I think a meatloaf, and I like the theory of it, but I don't know if I could eat a whole. Again, I grew up vegetarian. Meat's very alien to me.
Right on. Yeah. So, yeah, CT. I mean, Aaron does Aaron does stuff too, so that's interesting. But yeah, I love it. I love it a lot. Trina, how have you been? How are your streams going? I did go on one of them. I think it was during. Well, I know it was during. Which raid train was it? Oh, the Show Heart. Yeah, Show Heart. Show Heart. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that was really fun, Trina. So good to see you again. Boy, what a great event that was. This is just insane, the amount of money raised in that thing. But so glad to see you. And Tuba Grammy, I saw a gator in the canal today, not going to eat him. And Pete says, local nuisance wildlife is a terrific description. Rahomo says, it's especially yummy if you cook crocodile in a crock pot.
Ooh.
Oh, good times, good times. What was I going to ask you guys before we got to randoms? I'm trying to remember. Anyway, I totally forgot. What is the song? No, let's just go right. Let's go right to random questions. I totally forgot. All right, so folks, it's time for everyone's favorite moment on the show. It was around the Caps question. The Fresh Maker Mentos. You should learn the Mentos song. I know the Mentos song. I can play the Mentos song on the not great, but I can play the Mentos song actually. I learned it a little bit back. So Mentos time. I mean, random questions time. So folks, time for once again for America's favorite moment in, if I can find the thing, in Twitch broadcasting.
Do the dance. It's time for random questions. Good stuff. Ask us anything.
There you go. Thank you for opening the QCT. So that was the chance for you, the chat, to ask questions of MarkedChords and AbiCeeMusic. And I was trying to do the little cat jam. Cat jam's great. But, so yeah, if you have a question for our guests tonight, send them on in. And we will gladly take them all, including the question, which is, I don't think I'll just ask it myself. Like, what is your preference? French toast, pancakes, or waffles?
Oh man.
I have so many qualifying questions, but you go ahead.
I see you threw me for a loop by putting French toast in there.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I think I would. Man, no, I'm frozen in indecision.
Okay, so my question is, hi, I'm from Europe. Define pancake.
Hey, great question. Great question.
I think what you're talking about is the fluffy ones and not the crepey ones, right?
Correct. Crepes are their own thing. Yeah, that's right.
Okay, crepes are their own thing. I would have to say waffle because you get that nice fluffy innard with the Maillard reaction, so you've got the browning, and when you a proper Belgian waffle where you get the little sugar crystals, so there's like the crunch, and you don't even, a good Belgian waffle you don't even need anything on. So
Yeah.
that would be my answer.
All right, so for most of my life, pancake would have been the answer, and specifically, like a good New Jersey diner as big as your plate pancake. I love that so much. Put a runny egg over that, and I would have been a happy guy. But honestly, it's too much food for me. So if I could eat it, that would probably still be the answer. But if I'm sitting at a restaurant and choosing between them these days, I'd probably choose French toast because I'm going to get a smaller portion, and I can feel like I'm doing something healthy because there's egg built in and protein.
That's a good attitude. I love it.
Yep.
So one for French toast, and then one for, did we say waffles?
Waffles.
Okay. So let's go put those in mods. Now, would you be on Team Crepes if crepes were an option, Abby?
Yes.
Ah.
Because a good crepe is light and it can be so many different things. You know, you can do like the typical like lemon and sugar, or you can do like a crepe Suzette, which is really, really rich, or you could do Nutella, you can do fruit. I think they're more versatile than any of the other options.
Yeah, I mean,
if crepe were an option, that would be my...
Yeah, I would probably go with crepe too because they're a little bit lighter and easier for my my gastric bypass digestive system. So, yeah.
Super good. Yeah, I think the chat's in agreement there. Crepes are a thing. Half Pint loves crepes. Rohamo says Nutella and banana crepes. And Rohamo, thank you for marking those choices for the breakfast question. It seems like it would skew the results to add crepes. Plus, we'd have to change all the commands. Oh yeah, that's true. We'd have to change the counters. Yeah. Okay. We'll get back to that a little bit later. But just know that Evelyn from Justin and Evelyn and Abby are big fans of crepes, and we'll count. Yes. We'll know them in spirit. So
I knew I loved Evelyn for a reason.
Good times. All right, so this from Pete from the Brookstone Bards. Oh my God. Pete. What is your favorite Star Wars movie, and why is it Empire Strikes Back?
I mean, do you have an opinion on this?
Yes. It is Empire Strikes Back.
Pete and I have specifically had this conversation in the past, so yes, of course it's Empire Strikes Back.
Like it's just a perfect movie.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty close to a perfect movie.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. Like the there's high drama, there's darkness, there's weakness, there's risk involved. It's a phenomenal movie.
And I think one of the best things about that movie is that it's an entry point into the saga, no matter how old you are, how many of them you've seen, what's going on, because there are so many different things to grab onto.
Yes.
It's perfect. I think it's pretty close to a perfect film.
Yep.
That's fantastic. Pete agrees. Excellent answers. He says perfect answers. He says, "Ooh, look who's in the chat. Our friend, the stream scribe,
Carlo.
Carlo, welcome in. It's so good to see you again. Shout out Carlo.
So many friends.
So many friends. Yeah, Carlo, you've been. I've really enjoyed your streams lately, and I love all your new technology on your channel. So props to you, my friend.
Can I do something for Rahomo?
Sure thing.
Lone Star. There you go.
Would that be better with the echo? Let's try that again.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
Lone Star.
Ah, nice. It only does it for my input. I'm sorry. Well. But
That's
I
fine.
did love
It's all
that.
good.
So, Spaceballs, capable movie, which you can. I mean, I'm not going to consider it in the AFI Top 150, but I did enjoy it. I did think it was a really good one.
It's a very fun. It's a movie I love for many nostalgic reasons. I love Spaceballs.
For sure. And Focus Tapey, not your guest tonight. Right on. Okay, next question from CT, Chris Thompson, CT Music. Abby, how is your moving to a new home journey again?
Move was an incredibly stressful. For anyone who has ever tried to secure housing when you don't have a fixed income and a stable paycheck, it's a complete nightmare. And then couple into that the rental market is insane, and people want you to pay to apply and give them your credit information before they'll even let you look at a place. It was a nightmare. Mark will attest there were many nights where I just stared into space because I couldn't function because the stress was really, really bad. But I have a house. It's wonderful. As of yet, no gators have gotten in my garage, which, not gonna lie, check every day. And I'm very happy about it.
Love it. Well, I'm glad
Find a
that.
gator to put in your garage.
And then you can fry the gator. That sounds like
Exactly.
Yeah, there you go. So this question from CT. Oh no, sorry. This question from Special K. For each of you, what is your favorite role that you've played in a musical production?
I get asked this all the time. It's easy.
Go for it.
Judge Turpin and Sweeney Todd.
Yeah.
It's a heck of a role. I love it so much. Now, if the question was what role would you play for the rest of your life, that's not the answer, because that would do serious mind games for me to play such a dark character forever.
Brain bleach.
Yeah, if I had to pick one role to play forever, it would be Big Bob Freelander in Smile, because he's so optimistic and amazing. But Sweeney Todd, Judge Turpin. Judge Turpin is my favorite role I've ever played.
So if we're talking about full out production, I was Jan in Grease. Done the way Grease should be done, with a cast of people mostly in their 30s. Playing high schoolers. And it was a terrible production, but the community behind it was so much fun in the process of going through rehearsals, even though the production was terrible. But having also done scenes, if we can throw scenes in,
yeah, scene studies count.
then 100% Mary Poppins.
Oh, heck yeah.
Without fail, 100% Mary Poppins.
And Brenington asks,
we need to put on a Mary Poppins production so that you could play in the full production.
Yes.
Yes.
And you are banned from doing the Bert accent.
No, that's the only role for me.
No, you're banned. No.
It's either that or the old guy that floats in the ceiling.
You can be the old guy that floats in the ceiling.
That's right. I once knew a man with a wooden leg named Smith.
What was the name of his other leg?
Anyways. Oh, that's very sad.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, Brenington asked the R-rated version or the movie version?
Of what?
I think were you referring to Mary Poppins there, Brett? I don't know, but let's see. No, great answers all. Great answers all. Oh, of Grease. Oh, okay, of Grease. I gotcha.
Oh, the stage version. I mean, they're both pretty risque, but the stage version is straight up dirty at moments.
It's true.
It's
great.
That was the time where I went on stage with no pants.
Oh, that was for Grease?
That was for Grease.
That's amazing.
It's no pants Grease.
I definitely sang Summer Lovin' at that speakeasy the other night.
Yeah.
And they were definitely not horrible dirty banter between me and the other player, and some very explicit sound effects.
Dang, I missed it.
It was a good night.
Yeah. Special Case says, thank you for the answers. Great answers. I loved it. Yeah. Good times. All right. So this question from Half Pint Carrie, and the question is, how many instruments can you play?
Is that for both of us?
Yeah, it goes for for both of you. Yeah.
Do math.
I'm going to do math for a minute. You answer.
How many instruments can I actually play? One, my voice. How many instruments do I pretend to play? On stream, you'll see me play piano, guitar, ukulele. I technically played bass in a band. I learned it 2 weeks before our first and only show. Badly play flute. And then do we count all the oh no, auto harp. I play the auto harp.
Mm-hmm.
Do we count all the terrible, horrible music therapy crap? Because we'll just say off instruments as a group and say all the off instruments.
Yeah, that's
so
fair.
Like 7 for me.
Yeah. So piano, guitar, bass. I guess I count as playing ukulele now.
You do, even if you play it with a pick, you filthy heathen.
I stopped playing with a pick. Harmonica, tuba, euphonium, trombone.
All the brass.
Yeah, all the rest of the brass as a group. Let's see. Upright bass, but not with a bow. I'm a pretty terrible drummer. Pete can attest to that. But I can play. I do have good proficiency on congas. I can do all the Latin beats on those. Yeah, so that's a bunch. And probably some others. Oh, accordion, badly. There's probably some other things I'm forgetting. But
I think if you throw Elizabeth in the mix, everyone in this house, we could probably make up an entire orchestra.
Yeah, Elizabeth studied music ed, so she got her proficiencies
Yeah.
in most things. She just got home.
Right on.
And she's looking cute.
Oh, welcome back, Elizabeth. Nice to see you.
She likes me best.
Breddington says, "Ooh, I was a trumpet kid in middle school band, Brass Love."
Yeah, heck yeah.
Yeah.
Brass was my first. My dad started teaching me trumpet when I was about 4.
Right up.
You want us to show the remains of your sandwich, hon?
We've got more
She's
sandwiches.
showing off.
Ooh,
Because
let's
she got a
see.
sandwich from the same place when she picked these up for us.
Okay.
But hers is turkey and you just walk closer and put it in front of that camera. There you go.
There you go.
Turkey and roast beef and cheese and
Ooh.
whatnot, flattened, pressed.
Ooh,
Good
melty.
sandwich.
That looks
Their
good.
bread is so good.
Oh, it does. It really looks amazing. That's really good.
Yeah,
Thanks for
they
showing
do
that.
good. And
Yeah.
it's close to my office, which is how I got introduced to it. So
Love it. See, Rahomo says, and sometimes I play the fool. Zing. Low hanging fruit there. I love it. Let's see. Yeah, let's see. And Brad says, Abby, you fake us out on the uke pretty well.
I am I'm self-taught on most of my instruments. I mean, I've technically taken like class piano and stuff. Ukulele, for anyone who wants to pick up an instrument, I highly recommend that you do, because I walked into a shop and I was already figured out the 3 basic chords.
Yeah.
It's so easy.
And I love that my kids' school down here, like a lot of places are still teaching kids recorder, which is dumb and useless. And please stop that. Nobody wants recorder. But here they're teaching them ukulele, and it's really cool that my kids are learning ukulele in school, because it's actually a super useful instrument and a great introductory to all of the strummy instruments. So
It's pretty awesome, though, all told. That is really great. I mean, it can set you up for really cool proficiency in music. The uke is an awesome instrument, so I'm a big fan, too. Let's see. Who did I get here? Oh, Half-Bite says, dang, that's a lot. Thanks for answering. Pretty cool. Yeah, thanks for the question, Half-Bite. Really nice of you to do that. Brad says, I just got 1 uke. Not that easy for me, but fun. But
Once you get that, there is something for any adult who is picking up an instrument. There is the immediate hump of my fingers don't know how to do this, and I'm not a child, so it doesn't. You have to push to get through it. But I used to teach and run a ukulele choir for staff at the Children's Hospital. And people would come in and be like, I'm never going to play it. And they'd leave and they'd be better than I was by the end of it. It's a great instrument.
From a technical, like, it's the connections between the left and right hemisphere of your brain are very, very hard to establish as an adult. That's why, like, we teach young children piano and violin, because those instruments very quickly and very easily for children establish that cross-hemispheric connection that's very more difficult for adults to do. But once you start that going, you start rolling downhill from there. It's just getting that initial hands doing independent things, and you're okay. Mm-hmm. But know that, yes, there's a reason it's harder as an adult, but it's okay. It's possible to overcome that.
That's great advice, Mark. I love it. Let's see. Get those calluses going, says Brett. That's what open tunings are for. Love it. And let's see. Oh, Jamie's in the chat. Jamie, welcome in. How's it going? Jamie's one of our mods. Hello, Jamie. Appreciate you. Let's see. Anything else that I missed in the chat? Don't think so. Okay, great. So let's continue with Breddington Frothing Slosh and a question. Mark, what is the best Philly spot for a Philly roast pork sandwich, and why is it Dinnich's? Dinnich's? That's great.
I mean, I'll just agree, because I've never had a roast pork sandwich from Philly. If I am in the vicinity of New Jersey and eating a pork product, it is pork roll. And that's the only right answer.
Ooh, a classic.
Okay. Yeah. You called it pork roll.
I'm willing, because I'm speaking to somebody from Philly. I am not a North Jersey snob, and I am okay with calling it Taylor ham or pork roll, because Taylor ham's the brand, and it is clearly the best kind of pork roll. But I'm open to all kinds of pork roll.
Plead the fifth.
That's a debate.
But I'm from North Jersey, Brad. And Taylor ham's the actual brand. So there.
It's pork roll, isn't it?
Yes, it is. This is not a fight. I'll fight.
He's a lover and not a fighter, especially this particular instance. So, the bonus question from Breddington: is it on the same level, not the pork roll, but the other one, as the well-known cheesesteak?
No idea. No opinion.
All right. Well, thanks for the question, Brett. Appreciate you for that. Chris Thompson, CT Music. Market. Oh, this is what I was going to do. Okay, so this. So just to repeat for anybody who's tuning in late, Abi and Mark have a new project, and it is their new podcast, Queerly in Tune, which will be available on Apple Podcasts and all podcast sources. So dig them up, look up their podcast, and add them to your rotation. It should be a really fun, and a very good, insightful conversation. So check it out. And first episode's coming up in just a short while, I believe. So
recorded tomorrow, and I should have it turned around for our patrons Sunday.
Yep. And then public release Wednesday.
That's awesome. Yeah, nice that you do that for the patrons too. That's always good. Patreon, right? Yeah, Patreon. If you follow either of them, that's what makes Patreon worth your while. Benefits like that. Yeah, super cool.
Yeah, Patreon and our recurring Ko-fi supporters, because these folks have decided to support our creative work on a consistent basis, and so anytime we can offer some way to thank them for that support, it makes such a huge difference. So any little thing that we can give them to show that appreciation.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love it. We got some Taylor ham and pork roll comments. Let's see. Pork roll is also good though. Brad Lower Nipsum, do not call it Taylor ham. I will fight you. Here we go.
Yeah, I know. Look, it's a both and. The product is pork roll, but the prominent brand is Taylor ham, and it's still branded that way.
It's like people who go around being like, "No, do you have a Kleenex? It's a tissue, mate."
Yeah, that's what people who insist on pork roll say. You just supported my cause here. A Kleenex is a tissue.
It's a tissue.
The Taylor ham is pork roll.
Pork roll.
Yeah.
I only call it pork roll.
I'm fine with that.
Told you, Lehigh Valley trash.
Oh, goodness.
It is. It's still in the store as Taylor, the brand name out of Trenton. It's even out of Trenton, for goodness sake.
Now we just need Kevin. We need Numb the Geek to come in.
I know, and give us the South Jersey
as the
hardcore.
South Jersey part of this.
Go back to the cranberry bogs.
We love Kevin.
Oh, good times. Yeah, let's see. Tuba Grammy. Oh my goodness, it's all good ham. I love it. And Techno Geeks.
Brett, you might be right. I'm gonna have to check into that now. I'm gonna have to research that.
Oh, that's interesting. It's not branded that way anymore. That's interesting. Techno Geek 64. Good to see you in the chat. Welcome in. I'm so nice to meet you here on the Sandwich Show. Hello.
Yo.
Will there be sandwiches? Yes. But we ate them. That's
I still have some of my sandwich left.
Oh, let's
Wait,
see.
Abby, you can show off your first sandwich.
Okay.
I have my sandwich. It's a strawberry Pop-Tart taco sandwich, everyone's favorite sandwich, best sandwich in the world. Definitely a sandwich by all definition. In fact, it is a sandwich within a sandwich.
Yeah, it's a double sandwich. It's sandwich.
Sandwichception.
Sandwichception. There you go. That's what I was looking for.
So there you are, Techno Geek. We hope you enjoyed those sandwiches. And if you check our VOD later, I'll show you the sandwich I had, which was a Jersey Mike's number 2. Good stuff. Let's see. The Carlos says, Mark, and I mean this affectionately, your mom is a pork roll. Yeah, I said it. Oh, I'm supposed to say that? I'm sorry. That was not supposed to be said out loud. I apologize.
Oopsie poopsie.
Oops. Sorry.
Very good. Very good. Well done. And it's fine. Carlo, you're from upstate. You can say whatever you want.
I dig it. Friendly banter, he says. Good times. All right, so let us go see. Oh, okay, so CT was asking the question. He joined us late. Mark and Abby, how did you guys meet each other? If you can repeat that story for us, for CT's question.
We could give the short version. That was a rather long and involved answer. Oh God, you just burped into Elizabeth's mic.
Sorry, Elizabeth.
No, we met each other on Twitch. Abby, on Egwolio's recommendation, rated me while I was doing a one-man Muppet Christmas Carol performance. She got really excited. There were lots of capital letters in chat, and things were definitely not weird. And I rolled into her stream one day soon after that, and she engaged me in the great "is a hot dog a sandwich" debate, to which I said yes. Hot dog is also a taco, and the rest is history.
And I will also add that at some point during that conversation, we decided humans were all hand pies. So his first username in my Discord was Meat Pie.
That's right.
My goodness. I love it. Let's see. Trina says, Davey, I will never not have the image of you sucking the peanut butter and jelly out of a sandwich removed from my brain. A moment that will live in infamy. I know it. I can't remember what the raid train was, but it was everything. Mark, I think you were in the chat for that, were you not? I think I remember seeing you.
For what did I do?
When I was on the Dino Streamfest doing the like slurping on the Uncrustables, I think.
Oh, it's very possible. That sounds very familiar. I mean,
That sounds very OnlyFans.
yeah, that's epic.
I'm interested. Tell me more.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, there have been times when I've done nothing but sit on Twitch all day. Although that happens less lately because,
Gotcha.
you know, I'm working full time out of my home these days. But yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Island Viber Presents is in the chat. Hello again. Hello,
friend.
She's a contemporary. She does a show. She does a talk show too, and a lot of good guests on that show. And this week she'll have our friend C. Guitar, so that's pretty cool. And I'll be on with them on Monday. So we're gonna do a double collab show, which is wild. So, have you ever tried to do a show on both your channels at the same time? We're gonna actually attempt that on Monday, which is gonna be crazy.
It's something that we have strategically just not engaged in, and mad props to those who do it because that's very hard to balance. But I think that we've just made the choice to go back and forth on our channels because we do frequently collab.
Right,
we go back and forth that way. There's a better chance for viewer engagement on one or the other, and we don't have to track two separate chats. So good on you for attempting it, and may it be stunning.
Well, thank you for thanks for that. Let me just, for those who didn't see it, now cover your eyes because this could be very traumatizing. But this is the clip in question. We won't be singing, so it'll be easier. Could be rapping though.
Point.
We'll see. But let's get back to the questions. IBA who? Ooh, good question. Okay, what do you think of this? How awesome is the Stitch voice?
It's so awesome. Stitch love Mark so much. Love me, Mom. Love me.
I don't know if you can hear Elizabeth is yelling at me from another room.
I did hear her yelling. I didn't hear what it was, but I heard she was yelling.
I also may have gotten a text last night that the children were doing Stitch Voice in the car and I was in trouble for it.
Yeah, thankfully I wasn't in that car. I was driving my own car behind them because we had traveled separately over to St. Pete because I had the gig. So, yeah. Yo, Trafalgar's in.
Hey, how you doing, Trafalgar? MarkedChords' favorite sandwich is spam and egg on toasted rye.
I mean, that's not true, but it also is an excellent sandwich, and I would never object to that.
Would you put any mustard on that?
Let's see. Spam and egg on rye. You know what? I would do a brown or a spicy mustard. Maybe a Dijon would be best with that. But also, I think maybe just a hot sauce.
Oh,
Yeah, I think
like
a hot
that.
sauce would complement the spam and the egg really well.
I like that a lot. We still have some time for questions. So if you have a question, exclamation point, question followed by a question. Trina, I didn't see a question from you yet, so feel free. You can add to the queue if you want. Vibing, same thing. Tuba Grammy, same thing. Ibiahu, same thing. Feel free to join us with questions if you have questions. As I repeat, we won't be singing. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, if you haven't had enough of me, you can catch me on a vibing show too on Monday. That'll be really fun. So yeah, good times. Good. Abby's in such trouble, says Tuba Grammy. That's funny. But yeah,
It's about
let's ask
par
you.
for the course.
Yeah. No, we will not see. But well, we could always try. But it's all good. It's all good. Ooh, that's a great question for Brett. Wow, holy cow. Brett, with a fantastic question. What is the biggest challenge still facing the LGBTQ plus community in 2022, in your opinions?
I want to. This is definitely the kind of thing that we'll be talking about, I think, in podcast lands. But I think it's important to say right out is that neither one of us claim to speak for the rainbow community, as a whole.
Yeah.
We can offer our opinions and what challenge face us and some of the social issues and widespread things. But I just think it's important at the outset for a question like that to say, well, we don't and can't speak for the wide array of diversity that there is in the queer community.
Yeah, I think that's a really important caveat, especially because we are well connected with people from different parts under the rainbow umbrella, and I don't want to ever speak for them. I can speak into my experience and my perception, but I can't. I don't want to speak for someone else.
Yeah. So on that premise, I mean, I can speak to what some of the biggest challenges for me as a bi/pan/queer, cis white man is, and living in a heteronormative marriage. Bi erasure is one of the biggest issues that people face, both from inside the community, from outside the community, and on a personal level. There's a lot of pressure, of well, why do you have to be that? You're married to a woman. Like, yeah, but that's the whole point. I'm married to a person, and she's amazing, and she's the love of my life. But gender never mattered. And then for me, the other really big thing that's part of my experience is religious trauma and the bigotry and the hatred and abuse that comes from spiritual communities that brings me a lot of sadness. So.
And I can speak into my experience as a cis woman and seeing other women be othered and denied that label that they is who they are, and how hard it is to see people go through that, and just the generic I'll be really specific. From what I experience in my friendships. Now, this is not affecting me directly, but TERFs and the growing traction that TERFs are getting, and trans exclusionary radical feminists and the problems that they are projecting, and that they're doing it under the guise of feminism. As someone who, if you've hung out with me, you'll know that I am very outspoken feminist, and I don't get to pick and choose who that applies to. So that would be my take on it. But I do not speak for those people. I only speak from my place in it as a cis woman. I hope that makes sense.
Fuck the turfs.
Yeah.
Fuck the TERFs.
Yeah. No argument here. No argument here. Yeah, that's just awful. You know. But great answers. Thank you for elaborating on that. You know. And yeah, like you were saying, like this is a very, very good conversation to have on the podcast. So that's one more reason to look forward to it. It's just really great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, one of the things that Mark and I share is being late bloomers in our queer identities. Not that we didn't know early, but in stepping into them in a public way. And I think that
coming out in your mid to late 30s is a vibe.
it's a whole thing. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I twat everyone. I speak for none. Exactly.
That's pretty good. Let's see. Yeah, Trafalgar were kind of goofing around with that. What? Mark and Abi don't speak for the world? I thought they were ambassadors from the Third Rock from the Sun and spoke for all.
I mean,
I want a pay raise if that's the situation.
Yeah. That sounds above my pay scale there.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Special
Hashtag pay us, and then we'll say whatever you want. No, that's not even true.
Let's see. Special K.
We'll
That was my
pretend to know
biggest
things,
take.
though.
Yeah, 100%. Let's see. Special cases. That was my biggest takeaway from speaking with you, MarkedChords. You found your person. I love that. I love that too.
It's so sickening to see them in person, y'all. That's why I've forced my way in. We have matching throuple outfits now because I did not like being left out.
We're both wearing the.
We are currently wearing our matching bracelets.
Yeah. There may also be matching sequin rainbow fanny packs.
Bum bag.
Dig it. Let's see. Brett says, as a cis male heterosexual who considers himself an ally, I think people forget all too often we are all humans and we have feelings and love always wins. Yeah, and I completely agree with that. Completely agree with that. You know, just respect. I mean, seriously. And Elizabeth 09, and I made them fit a normal adult. Like the bracelets?
The bracelets had to be
Okay.
they were too small. So
Okay.
she modified them to be the proper size for our wrists by adding beads and replacing the stretchy bit, and because she's the best.
Yes.
I love that so much. Tuba Grammy, oh my god, such twins. And last one from Trafalgar, we will quadruple your zero pay.
I'll take it.
Yeah, that's right.
I'll take it.
Huge percent increase.
Still a raise.
Still a raise. Let's see. Trina Chakrabarty music. The question: tell us something embarrassing in a silly, non-harmful way about the other.
Don't. This does not bode well for me.
You want to go first then?
I don't think you're pretty much the same person at all times. Everyone saw you put an entire kazoo in your mouth. Is there anything more embarrassing than that?
I've done that so many times.
What is something that's embarrassing about Mark?
Okay, well, you know what story I'm going with, right?
I know, and I don't want you to, but fine.
You don't?
Do it, fine.
You didn't want me to not tell it.
Just tell it.
Are you sure?
Just tell it.
Okay. So I had to go to Best Buy to pick up something for work a few weeks ago, and Abby went along for the ride, and it was like a 20-minute drive from the house, and so I ran inside to Best Buy just to do, just to pick up the customer service, and Abby's like, no, I'll stay in the car, Okay, cool. Now I get out of the car, not knowing that if I left the car running and had my key fob in my pocket, the little alarm goes off in the car, and it goes neat 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 neat. All right, so I get back to the car after being inside the store for a good 10 plus minutes, maybe 15 minutes, because there was a line, and then I see Abby in the passenger seat, car's running, and she's in there like vibing, neat 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 neat. I'm like, what? She says, I totally wasn't having a dance party to the beep. I said, oh my gosh, like, you could have texted me and said bring the key back. You could have pushed that button right there and turned the car off. Like, there were so many options. She's like, well, I wanted to see how long it would go, and it just kept going, and then I was kind of grooving to it, and just having my own little dance party. It was stuck in her head. It was stuck in her head. Like the whole 20-minute drive home, she's still over there, just kind of vibing to whatever that was. All right, but yeah, there is a follow-up here that makes this less embarrassing for you, I think. So the next morning, I send the kids out to the car to get ready for me to drive them to the school bus. I had started the car because it was mad cold. So I had started the car, like mad cold, it was like 40 degrees. But I had started the car. Now, actually, it was cold enough that there was a little frost. So I started the car, sent the kids out, so the car's unlocked, go get in the car. I go outside to find our middle son standing outside the car with the car door open so that he can hear the no fob beep. And he's dancing. Neat, 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 neat. He's like, I made up a dance. I have my own song to this. I'm like, oh my God. I was like, so Abby's not the only one.
I'm telling you, middle child he gets me. He gets me.
It's true.
Oh,
It's true.
It's an
There you
amazing
go.
story.
Now, so now I guess the real end of this. I was never going to tell this story, and that bothered Abby. Because I just wanted to treasure this moment in my heart because I thought it was the funniest thing, and I was the only one to witness it.
But how you said it was, don't worry, I'll never tell.
I did not. I said no. I'm just gonna treasure that. I'm just gonna treasure that. And then you forced me to tell it on our very next stream together.
Because I was like, he's gonna wait and he's gonna tell it some other time,
No,
and it's just like hanging over me.
I was never gonna tell it. I wanted to that just be my own private entertainment moment of that happened. Because it was fun, and it honestly I'm sorry, it's one of my favorite moments of Abby because it was just this like, there's Happy right there. There's a weird happy person in that passenger seat. It was a bright spot.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
It would. Yeah. I didn't entirely believe you. I was like, he's gonna get me with it when I'm least expecting
No,
it.
and that's why, and it made you uncomfortable that you thought that I was gonna pop. So I said, okay, I have to share the story because I didn't want you to be uncomfortable about it.
I'm a little sister. I know how these things go.
I'm not vindictive like that.
This is true. I don't really have any embarrassing stories about Mark, and he's very proud of all of the odd little things that he does. So
There's so many.
There are so many. I think my favorite, it's not embarrassing, sorry, but my favorite Mark moment is when I caught him placing the chocolate chips
She noticed.
in the pancake. Individually placing chocolate chips in pancakes very specifically, and I was like, you okay there? He's like, it's just how I do it.
Yeah. I make chocolate chip pancakes for the family. They're like silver dollar pancakes. Each one gets 5 chocolate chips.
But they don't get 5 chocolate chips.
No. They have to be spread out. They have to be even so that every bite has a little bit of delicious chocolate in it. It's true.
It's very true. Okay, most embarrassing thing I can tell you, Mark doesn't know how to hang a picture straight.
Oh.
Is it just because you've been looking at that one?
I mean, that's one
That's
of
the
them.
worst one. That's deliberately crooked.
That's one of them, but that one's not straight.
I have children I have chaos demons that jump around the house and everything shakes. They were straight once upon a time. I see how crooked they are, though.
There you go.
I have chaos demons, and they shake the entire house.
They do. They do. They're the best chaos demons. Small and full of chaos. There you go. That's all I got. Oh yeah, I guess that would be an embarrassing thing to tell Elizabeth. Mark still hasn't taken the Christmas tree down.
That's true.
That or a Christmas tree still up, says Elizabeth.
Yep. No, you can't dump it in the mixer, Fogger. That doesn't work. If you dump the chips into the batter, they sink to the bottom of the batter, and you have inconsistent pancakes. So you have to pour the batter onto the griddle and then place the chips in the batter and then poke them down into the batter so that they're in the batter for when you flip them over. I have this... You can look at me weird, but you love my chocolate chip pancakes.
They're very good pancakes.
Okay.
But... like I said, you can't really embarrass Mark because he's pretty proud of everything.
Oh my gosh.
The secret is I'm always embarrassed. And that we'll have to unpack that sometime. That's God's honest truth. I am always embarrassed.
Podcast episode number 17.
That's right.
Yeah, feature podcast episode right there. Perfect.
Yep.
Let's catch up in the chat. A lot of comments from this story. Both stories, actually, really good. Let's see. First of all, they're getting on you for mad cold. 55 degrees, maybe, says Stupid Grammy.
I mean, the windshield was frosted. I had to turn on the car with the heat to get the windshield to defrost.
Well, it was like...
Dude,
for Florida, it was like...
It is.
Oh, yeah, this is very true.
Yeah, I mean... It's not warm, certainly. James in the chat, J-Tile, welcome in. I'm glad you got the shout out. J-Tile made some amazing red velvet cupcakes the other day, by the way. Just saying.
Nice.
Jade knows how to make cupcakes. But Jade says, "Oh my goodness, that's so awesome though. Mini dance party," I'm referring to Abby's dancing along to the beat. And let's see. Jade says, "Your whole family is amazing, Mark." That's awesome. Elizabeth, Abby walked in today and immediately got a hug from middle child.
I did.
Yeah.
Nicely done.
I'm sure. Kiddos adore you.
I walked in the door to hear him saying, "When's Abby gonna get here?" And I was like, guilty as charged.
Let's see. Carlo, there's no getting Mark. He's got a Super Mario yellow star for a heart.
Accurate.
I have problems.
Put that on your business card.
I should.
And then this from Trafalgar. Get Elizabeth on cam for an embarrassing story about Mark.
Yeah, so she started putting them in chat.
She started in the chat. Need to catch up.
Oh, yeah, you'll get down to them.
I'll get to them. Poor Abby doesn't know Mark keeps things to himself forever, says Tuba Grammy. For Homo, says Mark can't do anything straight with a kappa emote.
The fact that we've been sat in chairs as normally as this for as long as this, I'm really shocked.
It's because I'm watching myself on camera. This is the only time I'm able to sit normally in a chair.
How did you know you were queer? Because I sat and was like, oh, that's not how a chair works.
No, yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, this is great. So let's see. Do we have more questions in the queue? I haven't looked at it in a while. Let's see. Yeah, Trina, that was a great question. Y'all probably answered my question while I disassociated for 12 minutes. I'm sorry. No worries. No worries. Okay. So my question is pretty tame compared to that. My question is, what is your all-time favorite video game?
What? All-time favorite video game?
Yeah, because I know you played a bunch.
Banjo-Kazooie.
Oh, wow. I like it. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, Nintendo 64 era 3D platformer. Best one.
Right on.
Can we say just a whole series? Because
Sure.
making me choose is like Sam and Max. Sam and Max. All of the Sam and Max games. They're great.
Fantastic. Great answers. Great answers both. Yeah, everybody into it. Nice. Special cases, Fallout 4, Breddington says Fable, and Pete says the N64 rule, which I agree with. It was a really good system. Mass Effect.
No, ban Mass Effect, Pete.
Yeah, good
No.
call, Pete. Yeah, Mass Effect's a good one.
Mass Effect stole too much of my life. I'm still angry with it. I attempted to chase every conversation tree and do everything, and I felt like I was not rewarded for so much time put into that game. It's an amazing game, and I'm still bitter that I put way too much time into it.
That's really cool. Yeah. Yeah, I want to play Mass Effect. I seen it on stream, and I'm like, dude, I want to play that game. That sounds like a fun game. So I'll totally, maybe one of these days I can figure it out.
It's just a game that breaks you if you're a completionist in games, which
Oh,
I
really?
am. Which is I like the Nintendo. Why I like Nintendo 64 era stuff because those you could complete. But Mass Effect was a game where it's just like if you want to find, experience, whatever, everything in this game, there's too much, and it gets too repetitive if you're trying to do that. So
Yeah.
do it, enjoy it, and don't overthink your decisions when you do.
Yeah. I love all these responses from Special K. Side quest junkie, Fallout 4, and then she says, "Abby, I should have said Tetris."
Y'all need to see Special K play Tetris 99 because I'm sorry, like I Pete, watch out because I'm very much in love after witnessing it. It was amazing. It's amazing.
Really?
So impressive.
Like,
So
can
impressive.
she do like that one piece that takes out 4 lines in one sitting? Oh my god.
So you know how it speeds up, and she's still just like slotting everything in, and everyone else is stacking stuff up in a pile, and like we did the team thing, and I think that Special K, this was over on Egwelio's stream, and I think Kristen, you were on a team by yourself, and you beat all the rest of us.
Ooh,
Wild.
look at this in the
Wild.
chat. Ooh, I have an embarrassing Mark story. The first time we played Scrabble, we were dating.
We were engaged.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Let's hear it.
At the time, I played Scrabble very aggressively. I played very offensive Scrabble. And Elizabeth knew that I loved Scrabble, so she got this really gorgeous Scrabble set, but I only knew how to play a very aggressive, offensive Scrabble. I was not kind or considerate, and it took many, 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 many years before she trusted me to play Scrabble with her again.
Oh my god.
So, yeah. Yeah.
Oh
It was
boy.
bad. I was very insensitive. It was not okay.
Oh my. Let's see. Special K responded to the Tetris commentary. I don't know how I do it. It just works in my brain. I did. Oh, right on.
It's amazing.
Yeah. I want to
It's
see it.
amazing.
Special K, will you ever at any point stream that on Bookstone boards or anywhere else like that? I need to see how that works, or put on YouTube or something. That'd be really fun. Because I love Tetris. Like I'm not good at it, but I love playing. Like it's really fun. So I always have a lot of appreciation for people who are good at it. Pete says, "Hey, you got to come strong in board games. No mercy." Yeah, fair.
I mean,
Yeah.
Look, so the dynamic you have to understand is that Elizabeth kicks the snot out of me in all aspects of spatial reasoning, but she's also dyslexic, right? And I'm a book nerd who at the time had a very serious Scrabble hobby, and was very competitive, and it just wasn't kind. It wasn't considerate. So, yeah, that's
I dig.
all.
Let's see. This from Rahomo. The first time my husband and I played Scrabble, I played Nook, the word Nook, on the first turn. And my
Yeah, Homo
husband
understands.
changed it to Ingle Nook and got the fucking triple word score. I'm still angry.
Ouch.
See, that's what I would have done. That's what I did every time in that game. Was I knew these ridiculous words and all the ways to block any other plays, and yeah, it was bad.
Yeah.
I don't play that way anymore. I barely play anymore, so I don't remember all the little word tricks. So.
That's so interesting. These stories are fun, though. I'm really enjoying it. So then we'll go with one last question tonight, and then we'll go ahead and read out. This is from Chris Thompson, CT Music, one of our mods here on the program on the Sandwich Show. Let me close the queue. Mods, can you close the queue for me? So this is a great segue because we're gonna. Oh, thank you. So Dinosaur Streamfest is coming up on Saturday, and for more information on that, here it is in the chat. Check out the link below. But the question is, what's your favorite song by Danielle Allard? Because I saw Danny's YouTube video from 4 months ago with you, Abby, singing with other music streamers in a medley of Danny's originals.
Cool.
Yeah, so I got asked to be a part of that medley, and I actually got to sing my favorite Danny song in it, which is Shipwreck. which people will hear me singing frequently over on my channel, because again, it's another one of those songs that the first time I heard it, it hit me on a cellular level.
Yeah. So, all right. So you got to help me because I'm really, really bad at remembering names of songs, and I tend to just completely vibe for Danny's streams, and so I'm not always paying attention to what the song is. I'm just like letting the sound wash over me, and but there's that one song that's got that really amazing vocal effect that like oh god.
You mean when she starts panning all of the background stuff? Because she does that on a couple of them.
Yeah, I know. I realize that there's like that one really specific, like almost like the she transforms the vocals as she's singing. She's putting through a filter that kind of makes it slightly electronic soundy, and like I don't know how often she uses that, but there's this one song, and whenever I hear it, I'm like, I'm just done. I'm just everything else I'm doing just stops, and I'm just like sitting, like I'm not active in chat. I'm not doing anything else. I'm just
period. Danny wall of sound loops.
yeah, but there's one in particular that I freak out, and it's just at some point I'll remember the title of it and I'll kick myself just because I'm bad at remembering the names of songs.
Yeah,
but
also
like,
not great at that, but
yeah, there's man, I'll remember someday, but it's just freaking. But yeah, her loops and like just all that stuff. But like she gets into this vibe with that one in particular that's just like a happy place, and yeah, I can't get enough. So. Like she's doing an album with some of the newer stuff, right? I can't wait. I just can't wait. I think that album will just be on repeat all day for me. So
yeah, I hear that. I see when I go to Danielle Lillard's channel, Danny's songs are not songs; they are experiences. I always kind of right. It's like when you do the way she does the loops, like it's really incredible. So I could totally agree. I wish I could help you out with that. I can't remember either. So
yeah, if I could remember even a freaking lyric or anything like that, which I can't because I'm bad at remembering these things.
It's that type of music, right, where you don't have to pay attention because it's like a sonic experience.
Yeah, and honestly, like I stop everything when I tune in and that's what's going on. I'm just like, yep, I'm here now, and I'm just gonna like let me put in both AirPods and just like sit back and yeah, that's the place. So
love it.
There you go.
Well, thanks for answering that, everybody. That's going to do it for random questions tonight. It's been a great show. Let's see any further comments. Who I guess that gives everyone a reason to follow Mark to find out the answer later if we weren't already following.
I will eventually remember, and I'll send a message like I'll send Davey. I'll send you a message to actually answer that question when I eventually remember.
Oh, I'd love to know too. Yeah, I'd love to know that. Yeah.
Because it actually is a specific song, but for the life of me, yeah.
Cool beans.
Sorry, brain, no help today.
I love it. Did we end up doing the other Bean Boozled? Because I'm supposed to do another one, right? Did I do that? Yes, I did. Okay, I'm just double checking.
Last we heard was Tutti Frutti Socks, question mark?
Yeah, it was either Tutti Frutti or Socks, and nobody was sure which one it was.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, that's right. Because then the first two were pomegranate and then liver and onions.
Yep.
Those were the other two. So, folks, thank you again. Let's go roll some credits and thank everybody for their participation tonight. Mod Love in the chat, exclamation point Mod Love. The mods were awesome tonight. You came through in the clutch. I really do think so. CT, Rahomo, and everybody else. Some Calf too. Really great. Thank you so much for all your help tonight. So let's thank all of you who gave us some hype tonight. Let's do it. So, folks, look at all the cool people who... there we go. Look at all the cool people who... Okay, why are they not rolling? But there were a lot of cool people who were part of this tonight. Believe me, they were. They really were. But now let's go find someone to raid. Mark and Abby, it was really so much fun to hang out with you tonight. I really appreciate your time.
Davey.
This has been awesome.
No, thanks.
Can I make a teeny announcement before we head out?
Sure thing. Yep.
Teeny one. So, some of us are putting together a birthday raid train for Wonder Truly. And I am looking for folks who are wanting to donate an hour and a half of stream time on March 11th or 12th. It's all over my social media, but it doesn't have to be music streamers. If you want to help Wanda celebrate her 30th birthday and help raise funds for her continued COVID recovery, reach out to me. Thank you.
I love that so much. I mean, I was so proud of what you all did for the Help Wonder raid train. That was just fantastic. Thank you so much for your help in that. So I hope you guys can partake in that, because that's going to be a really great cause. Did you both see? I think you both saw Wonder Truly go on recently, just for Just Chatting.
Oh yeah, we were there.
That was amazing.
Yeah, I ended my stream early to raid her.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like, oh shoot, she's on. Abort.
I love that so much. Yeah, it was just good to see her again. I mean, I know there's still a big mountain for her to climb, but the fact that she can even come on just to talk, I think it seems like a good progress. But obviously, we're rooting for her the whole way. So, yeah. She wasn't on for very long though, CT. She was only there for like about an hour, but
yeah, not even. I think.
Yeah.
She's made it about a half an hour. She's really still dealing with a lot of exhaustion, and reading chat and sitting up in bed and having to process all those different things was a lot. So she's working on finding a way to chat with us and update us more often. And we're working on finding a way to support her and to celebrate a milestone birthday. So
it's so awesome that you're all doing this. Let me know if you need me to promote it at all or anything. Please just reach out, DM me or whatever you need to do. I'd be glad to do so. Speaking of which, just to repeat for Thursday, there is going to be another charity event over on Dream On Music's channel. Just to refresh for everybody, Bama Aid, that's coming up Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern time, and then over here on the Sandwich Show, we're going to be back with the roast stream. The roast stream, you guys get to roast me on a stream. So if anybody's interested in that, check it out on Friday night around 9 o'clock Eastern time here on the Sandwich Show. And that's about it. And you can catch AbiCeeMusic on Dino Streamfest coming up on Saturday. That's all over Twitch. You can catch her on her channel. Mark, anything coming up in the near future for you? I know you got your stream tomorrow, I believe, right?
Yeah, I'll be streaming tomorrow night and Sunday afternoon. I've got a gig Friday night, so no Friday night stream. But you'll definitely see me in the birthday raid train for Wonder, and so good things. And the podcast next week.
Yeah, the podcast, right. So let me just show that one more time for everybody. This is the new podcast they're doing, Queerly in Tune with Mark and Abi. You can find it on all podcast sources. Check it out. Give them a follow and subscribe to their show. It should be really fun. And now, the moment of truth. Folks, who do you both want to raid? We can go to any number of places. I'm kind of looking forward to your help on this one.
Okay. Well, let's take a look.
Okay.
Let's take a look.
I wasn't looking at that. I pulled up so that I could more easily be in chat for the raid. Let me see.
Oh, so many friends are on.
I know. It's a lovely night on Twitch tonight. Oh my.
I mean, I would quite like to go. I don't know if Davy's folks are super familiar, but that would be
I like that
fun
idea.
one. Davy, do you know my lovely friend Alana Maddie?
I sure do. We just had a discussion at one point in the chat about, get this, would you be interested in a butter chicken pizza? We talked about that a few weeks back, so.
Oh, heck yeah, that sounds amazing.
Yeah, I mean, butter, chicken, and pizza are all great things.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's go. I like that idea. Alana Maddie from Toronto, Canada. Very, very good music streamer. I'm really looking, and she's done remarkable things on her channel too, so let's do it. Let me just set the coordinates, and we'll do it. Hopefully she remembers me. But she'll know you two, so that's pretty cool. So let's go and start the raid. Copy the raid call, everybody. Go say hi to our friend Alana Maddie out of the Great White North. Thanks for the call. Good idea, actually. This is a really good one.
Sharina.
Wait, what happened? I'm Indian, so I'm going to say
butter
bless.
chicken pizza.
Yeah.
Oh.
Butter chicken pizza. She's
Sorry
Indian,
about
so
that,
she
Sharina.
says
I'm
bless
sorry.
me.
But, it'd be fun. Thanks, everybody. Yeah, thank you for coming on. This has been really super fun. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, everybody in the chat. Appreciate your kind words, too. Thank you, CT and Rahomo and Calf and everybody else who modded us tonight. And Bradington, thank you for hanging with us the entire stream. Wow, it's really good to see you. And everybody in chat, Special K and Pete and Jade and Brad and Ulodin and Tuba Grammy and Elizabeth and everybody who's in the chat. There's so many people in the chat this time. So thanks again. There is a nope, no exceptions. Uh-oh. All right. Very well.
She's very upset about the butter chicken pizza.
I love you, Trina.
Trina was not having with a butter chicken pizza idea. All right. Well, hopefully you'll forgive me for that. But y'all have a great rest of your night. We'll be back over here on Friday. And you can make sure to follow Mark and Abby and catch them on their streams because they're really cool people. So on to Alana Maddie. We'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.